In this video, I'm going to be talking about what you should be doing on wipe day. Now, other than the basics of, loading up the game, selecting your language, and, all the character and name setup, I don't really need to go over that. So I'm sure you guys got that covered. But the very first thing I like to do as soon as I load up the game and I get into my inventory, before I do anything, I like to go into the hideout and just use whatever the game gives me from the start and just build whatever I can. For some reason, right here, right off the rip, the game gave me a measuring tape. So I was able to make the security room and then vents. Most of the time, as soon as you load up the game, you're not going to have that measuring tape right off the rip. So the only thing you will be able to make is the vents. So you make the vents and then you just go ahead, click around through all the other stations and just take into account what you will need when you do actually go into raid and what you'll need to pick up. The next thing that I like to do is I actually like to just organize my inventory, get it, as condensed as possible. So once I get out of raid, I can kind of just drop and go kind of thing. Just minimize the amount of time that I'm in my inventory versus in raid. You want to be in raid as much as possible compared to in your inventory, as you'd expect. So I like to go through, throw backpacks inside of backpacks, if I have any vests laying around, I throw food or meds, stuff like that inside of the vests. And then I also go around and I sell any valuables or anything that's just kind of that I wouldn't use. So personally, I don't really use pistols, so I go ahead, I empty all those mags with the PST, because early on, PST is pretty good, so you want to keep the ammo. But I sell the pistol mags, the pistols, and then any of the valuables. So here, we got vodka. I sold the vodka. It's not really valuable, but ruble's ruble. I do sell the hats. Most of those excess meds, you can kind of just buy right off the rip. And again, just going for space. I like selling them just so I have the space. You can keep them because you never know if you'll need them. Like say you die right off the rip, your first raid, you just go right out, grab those meds instead of having to buy them. I sell them just because, I hope for the best, hope I don't die, but you can keep them if you want. It doesn't really matter either way. Now, the next thing that you should do is pretty much just like a mental decision. It's whether you want to prioritize questing or the hideout, which, you kind of have to do both at the same time, but you can prioritize one or the other. And I say you have to prioritize one or the other because most of the time when you're questing, you kind of just want to get in, do your quests, get out. Like, yes, you still want to go around looting. But overall, if you're trying to like speed run your tasks and, just level up as fast as possible, get through the traders as fast as possible, you just want to get in, get out, and minimize the amount of time in raid. But again, that doesn't mean that you aren't finding hideout items at all. You can find hideout items pretty much in like any loot container. So just make a mental decision, which one you want to prioritize. Most people tend to prioritize the questing and just do the hideout as secondary. Once you make that decision, the next thing you want to do is go through all your traders and accept all the quests before you get into raid. And I'm kind of assuming most people watching this have some sort of like background knowledge to this game, or at least they've played a wipe, or maybe they played a little bit before this wipe. Like, I don't know. I'm assuming you have some sort of knowledge. If you don't, if you look at the trader icon, the check mark means that you have a task from them that you can select. So just go ahead, click on the trader, click on task, click on the task, and then go ahead and click accept. And finally, the last thing that you should be doing before you head into raid is click through the traders and look at those items that are kind of like grayed out. Those are unexamined. Go ahead. Default keybind is just mouse over it and then middle click with the mouse button or the scroll wheel. Or you can right click and examine. Just go ahead, examine as many items as you can that are not examined yet. You just want to do that so you don't have to examine them mid-raid. Again, there's not going to be too many items that you have to do this for, but might as well get as many examined as you can. And then a little bonus for when you are in raid and what to be looking out for. If you look at the items that we have on screen here, the items that have the golden check mark, that means you need those for a quest. And then those items that have the little hideout symbol, like if you look at those hoses that I have in the bottom of my backpack, that symbol in the bottom left, that means you need that for a current hideout craft or like a station upgrade. So keep your eye out for those symbols. That's the game kind of helping you and telling you what you need if you don't fully know what you need. But anyways, that's everything I got for you guys for my, what you should be doing on wipe day to kind of get you a head start and, get over the curve for other players. If there's something that you do that I didn't mention in this video, feel free to let us know down in the comments, and maybe you'll help somebody else out that watched this video. But anyways, thank you guys for watching, and good luck in your Tarkov raids.